YouTube as well, live on SpiceFM. The channel is SpiceFM. Yo, guys, so finally it's happening, eh? You guys were wondering why I go on with this story for the deputy president when he's gonna get sworn in, our new deputy president. That's of course the former CS of Interior, Kindiki. So what I'm reading here is that in a Gazette notice issued Thursday, Mercy Wanjao, chairperson of the Assumption of the Office of Deputy President Committee, announced that Kindiki will take oath of office at the Kenyatta International Convention Center in Nairobi from 10 a.m. Kesho. So Wanjao gazetted the notification following a meeting of the Assumption of Office Committee mandated by Head of Public Service Felix Kosgei. Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much what you need to know.
Who are they getting to swear in? Don't you have to be part of the IEBC committee to swear
swearing in is done by the judiciary.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. It's a process by the judiciary. And it's finally happening because, you know, people are thinking, oh, Lord, this whole court process might finally favor the former deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua. It's like, I'm like...
That was a lot of time wasted, man.
Yeah, you think so?
That was a lot of time wasted. Everybody knew how it's going to end eventually.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just trying to believe on things that's not really going to happen.
Yeah, but due process has to take its course.
Yeah, of course. And you know, lawyers have to make their money.
How did they make their money?
They have made their money.
Yeah.
Made their money.
But let's look at this thing from a very, very different angle in the sense of like, what does this mean moving forward? Especially when it comes to deputies, whether the deputy of the president or a deputy of the governor. These are some people who, to be honest, my own observation, have been seriously looked down upon.
True that.
Simply because it comes off as if they're ceremonial. Like somebody was saying at how this position is just for flower girls.
Yeah.
It's like you're there, but you're not really there. You understand? I mean, you're there, but you're not really treated with importance. However, I think we need to go back to the drawing board in the sense of like, just for this whole thing, not for us, for Kenyans at large, not to get caught up in this whole DP thing. Because, oh yeah, side note, I genuinely think this whole Rigathi Gachagua thing should have been treated as an internal party affairs matter.
Exactly.
It shouldn't have spilled off to the whole nation, making it a national conversation.
Yeah.
If he had done some things, let him go through the disciplinary
committee
process, and then replace him without shaking up the country.
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two, you know what? The president, we need to just go back to the constitution and amend it. The president has to have the liberty of appointing whoever he wants. He shouldn't be with him on the ballot. Even the deputy governor one, for example. The deputies, to me, they have to be appointed so that in case the president is not satisfied with his deputy's performance, and I'm Chuja and it's not a conversation.
See, I beg to disagree.
Oh, you know, my community are not happy. You guys, you're doing my community dirty. You guys, this matter should just be something that's handled within State House without including us.
No, but I don't agree with that. But go on, Steph.
Yeah, no, I actually have to agree with the statement that you said. You know, all these deputies are more flower girls, because in all reality, when you look at all the deputy, let's say the deputy presidents that we've had,
Thank you.
they actually haven't done anything. Like if you go right now to a school and ask a grade 7, grade 8, what does the deputy president do? They won't be able to tell you what they do. They'll be able to tell you the job description,
Just a
but they can't
assistant.
they can't match it up to what they actually do.
They're limited.
Yes, it's not even about being limited. It's you're in a position where you're meant to have power, where you're meant to have a say, where you're meant to actually assist the main person in there, but you don't assist it. You go underground, and it's only during the next elections do you pop up and say, "Oh, I was a deputy," and we're like, "Where did you come from? We didn't see you."
That's exactly what they were talking about the former DP. During the floods, where was he? He was only in his backyard. Oh, during when Gen Zs were being killed, where was he? He didn't castigate the government.
Exactly.
Or, you know, during the all these other things, we've never seen him launching any massive project.
Let me ask
No,
you
it's also also their responsibility to make sure they are heard as well as they're seen.
Right.
If you're in that position, I need to know that you're actually here for the people. You're actually doing work. You're not behind the scenes.
But did you hear what, based on what you just said,
Yeah.
at that point, I remember the former deputy president was saying, oh, you know, the times when I wanted to go and launch certain things in certain parts of this country, and no one would want to tag along. Even the MPs from that area would not be around to welcome the DP, let alone even the governor. So basically, that's what I was saying, he was limited. This is all politics at play. Somehow this guy was very unpopular within the national coalition, you know, the governing coalition, you know what I mean? And they just seriously isolated him. And that's why I'm saying, you know what? instead of us having this conversation for, oh my God, they're doing him dirty. Oh, that's not right. Oh, we're isolating a certain community. Listen, let that office just be for somebody who's appointed. Like any other principal assistant. If the president or whoever is not comfortable with your DP, your DG, Chuja the guy doesn't have to make news.
Yeah, I disagree with that as well. That's actually, I do agree with you on the fact that you said, we need to have a little bit more of liberalism in the whole thing.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're going to have a deputy president who's appointed by the president only, that means that the president is never going to be held to account. I want someone who's there who can actually question the president's decision. And he needs to have some power. If the presidency needs to split its power in such a way where he cannot just make decisions on his own. The deputy president has to be there to help him make decisions.
Yeah.
And secondly, I read this very interesting thing that I laughed about. Someone had posted, and it was written that if you want to succeed in the Kenyan government, just be as silent as the Ugandan vice president.
Exactly, yeah.
Who's the Ugandan vice president?
We don't even know. Even they have a prime minister.
Who knows?
Did you know Uganda has a prime minister? You didn't know?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So sometimes I think some little bit of silence as you just do your work. Like don't make too much noise, man.
But that's not how democracies function, man.
It's not.
For me, I'm like, that position is very political, JP. It's very political in the sense that if you try and step on other people's toes, they're going to mobilize.
And then you get you
They'll use
out.
the numbers and they'll even drop in this community conversation and tell you, what somebody said? The worst mistake Gachagua ever did was not having a party.
If you look at politics like a chessboard,
Exposed.
if you look at politics like a chessboard, the king is the most important piece. He's the one that you're meant to protect at all times, and it is the queen's job to protect. So when you look at politics, the president is important, but it's the vice president's job to make sure that everything that the president is pushing towards goes through. He's the one who's meant to protect the president at all angles. If there are meetings that he can take on that the president doesn't need to take on, he should go for them. Yeah. But when your job is to be in places that don't even involve you, you're meandering around Nairobi, you're meandering around Kenya, doing things that God knows what you're doing. You're not actually putting in place some of the things because the bill, the 100 days of work that you're meant to do when you first came in, these are the things I'm going to do in that next 100 days. Both of you haven't achieved it.
Yes.
So it's not just the president's fault or the vice president's fault, it's both of them. Yeah. Because they're both meant to work as a pair to achieve those things.
Yeah.
If 2 years down the line, we haven't moved forward as a country. We've been moving, coming back, but we actually haven't moved forward.
So maybe now the appointment of the interior CS, who's former, I guess, will make the president not work. I mean, who knows?
Nothing like that, man. I think what I gather from all this, guys, tomorrow is a holiday. Tomorrow
Drops
is a
mic.
holiday. Tomorrow is a
Drops
holiday.
mic.
Yeah.
Real?
Yeah, it's a holiday.
Yeah, but also one thing you need to know before you get into the music and come back with more stories.
Yeah.
Magic Kenyans don't care.
Yeah.
If you actually care about who's the next DP, who's such and such, personality politics, Elisha. We just want good governance, social justice,
Jobs.
Especially that part, jobs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so when we come back, man, oh man, Steph,
Yeah.
I keep on telling you, there's somebody who's in the country for you. Now you have a reason to now,
At least
stack your
smile,
money and prepare for gigs.
Okay.
December's going to be lit.
I'm
We'll talk
excited.
about that in a bit. 28 minutes after 9.
More of the classics and the hits you love.
Make some noise.
94.4 Spice FM, Nairobi.
Chew it up.
Bust a bust down something.
Yeah.
Crucial keys in the
Get
spot.
up. Pick it up.